Colombia es el segundo receptor más grande de ayuda militar de los Estados Unidos. Recibe aproximadamente $1.000 millones al año para entrenar y equipar a las Fuerzas Armadas de Colombia. Las Fuerzas Armadas Revolucionarias de Colombia son las guerrillas insurgentes más antiguas, grandes y mejor equipadas de Latinoamérica. Conocidas con el acrónimo FARC, han protagonizado una cruel campaña de terror durante 50 años contra el gobierno y la población de Colombia. Sus tácticas incluyen bombas, asesinatos, ataques mortales, secuestros, extorsión y rapto. Los soldados estadounidenses frecuentemente se despliegan para ayudar en las operaciones antinarcóticos y antiguerrilla, y el gobierno norteamericano ha ofrecido más de $70 millones de recompensa por cualquier información que conduzca a la captura de los jefes de las FARC. La gente de Colombia muchas veces ha protestado en las calles contra los brutales métodos de las FARC, pidiendo el fin de la violencia y la liberación de cientos de rehenes. Aunque, con las enormes ganancias por la cocaína, las FARC han podido equipar su ejército con las armas más modernas de cualquier organización terrorista del mundo.
Hay movimiento en el lago. Objetivo asegurado. Fuego Bravo, tu conteo.
Tenemos -2, quedan 3 minutos.
Fuego Charlie, más despacio.
Lo tengo. Si hago contacto ahora,
Nos descubrirán.
No hay elección, Charlie. Debes interceptar.
Entendido, Alfa.
Aborta, Charlie.
abortan.
Primera regla al enrolarse. Conozcan a su objetivo.
Bien, Charlie. Eso le tomará 5 minutos.
Procede al punto de encuentro.
Tengo una entrega especial para ese anciano.
Nosotros también trajimos algo.
Teniente Sean McLean ama a Estados Unidos a las chicas y las chicas lo aman a él.
Dios bendiga a este país.
Jefe principal Carter Hall hacía ejercicios de sub y baja en su auto a los 15 años. Feliz cumpleaños de parte del equipo 7 de los Seals. Contramaestre Greg Anderson ama a Jesús y a los escotes. Contramaestre Steve Gaines, la mascota de la maestra hasta que detonó su iPod. Jefe contramaestre Kevin Daniels puede matar a un hombre con una batería de 9 voltios y pelusa del bolsillo.
¿Por qué compañero, porque es buen compañero, porque es buen compañero. Y nadie lo puede negar. Y nadie lo puede negar.
¿Qué le pasa a esta cosa? No debía pasar nuevo.
Derek, ¿qué demonios te pasa?
Carter, no te molestes por eso, ¿sí?
La cerveza está fría. Salud. Y otra cosa, para mantener el elemento sorpresa cuando se vigila desde una estructura elevada, asegúrense de cuidar su sombra para que no revele su posición.
Sí.
Parece pajarito.
¿Mamá? A ver, mi amor. Así mi corazón. De pronto termino en la orquesta como mi abuelo.
No, voy a ser futbolista como el se va a ganar el mundial.
¿Qué va? Es tu sueño, mi amor.
Pues claro, si soy papá. Y además que le compro el balón. Yo.
Mazorca, qué rico. Una, por favor. Tomás.
Tranquila, mujer.
Tomás. Ya voy, ya voy.
Vale, Tomás. Vale, gracias.
Papi.
No hay consuelo en esta tierra sin tu amor.
En el nombre del Padre.
Me impuso este castigo sin
Disculpa. Lo siento. Pero que amor. Lo siento. Más sentido, pésame. Esos hijos putas de la FARC lo van a pagar. Cualquier cosa que necesites. ¿Entiendes? Cualquier cosa. Lo siento.
jamás te de olvidar. Yo te juro por mi Dios que mi alma está.
Base Naval de los Estados Unidos, Coronado, California.
Buenos días, señor.
Buen día. ¿Sigue en su escritorio, comandante?
Para matar rápido a un SEAL, diré que empuje un lápiz. Preferiría estar en un duelo. Algunos nacimos para eso. Salgamos de esta prisión. ¿Qué sabes de Colombia, específicamente de las FARC?
Son las Fuerzas Armadas Revolucionarias de Colombia, la guerrilla comunista más poderosa y más peligrosa del planeta. Tienen el control de casi la mitad del país. Han estado combatiendo contra el gobierno de Colombia durante 40 años.
La agencia de seguridad acusa a las FARC de esto. Asesinan a cerca de 3.000 colombianos al año. Les pagan por proteger las operaciones del cártel de las drogas.
La gente aquí compra las drogas y ese dinero mantiene a esos tipos con balas y sacos para cadáveres. ¿La operación?
Operación Espectro. Estricto reconocimiento.
El satélite captó esto en la jungla, en las afueras de Puerto Limón. Está como a 150 kilómetros de Bogotá. Esta es de hace un mes. Esta es de ayer. Triplicaron la capacidad de droga.
¿O bien están almacenando cocaína para el largo invierno o se preparan para una fuerte batalla en la jungla?
Exacto. Nuestra labor, averiguar qué es. Algo muy importante pasará mañana en la mañana. Nos escabulliremos y veremos qué hay. Debemos filmar todo para traerlo en video.
Un momento, dijo mañana en la mañana.
Haremos la operación durante el día.
Pues iremos a broncearnos, teniente. Pero eso es pasarse de la raya.
No hay de otra. Quieren tener evidencia, ni antes ni después. ¿Preguntas?
Sí, ¿y los colombianos nos van a apoyar?
Negativo. Las FARC tienen suplones en el Ejército Nacional. Muchas operaciones fallaron por fugas en la información. Por eso lo planearemos en el aire. Saltaremos sobre el río Ariari. Se divertirán. El despegue es a las 1700. ¿Sí?
Sí. Señor, dada la extrema delicadeza de esta misión, creo que tengo la obligación de informarle respetuosamente que está usted muy anticuado para guiar a este equipo con efectividad tras la línea enemiga.
Mi anticuada memoria recuerda que casi tengo que taclearte para que no huyeras del campo de entrenamiento. ¿Cierto? ¿Quién te ha salvado de la mitad de tus riñas?
Pues usted. ¿Y quién le cuida la espalda a toda hora? ¿Quién se asegura de que llegue vivo a casa todo el tiempo?
Pues tú.
Exactamente.
Los veo en la plataforma.
Hasta mañana.
Inteligencia dice que quizá hay un vínculo entre las FARC y simpatizantes colombianos. Pueden evacuar por aquí a 20 kilómetros al este. Es seguro y la DEA puede contactarlos si es necesario. Tengan en cuenta que las FARC no son unos rebeldes cualquiera, no juegan. Al año enviamos $500 millones en ayuda militar. Y la guerrilla sigue combatiendo. Están bien armados y capacitados y jugaremos en su terreno. Sean calculadores. Ahora prepárense.
Nos aproximamos al área de salto.
La clave es espectro y saltan. El dedo en el gatillo y cuiden sus espaldas. Nos vemos en la hora feliz.
El único día tranquilo
fue ayer.
Luz verde, luz verde.
¡Ya es hora! ¡Muévanse! Prepárense para soltarse. Ahora. Mantarraya Alfa, punto de encuentro.
Cuidado con las cámaras. Yo firmé de responsable.
Listo. Grabando. Bien, armas listas.
San José del Guaviare, Colombia.
Comandante, entrada de mantarraya concluida, en ruta al objetivo.
Avíseme cuando transmita.
Sí, señor.
Comandante, ¿le gustó cómo lo dejamos? Era una estación de radio.
Para mí está bien.
Soy Nicole Jennings, enlace con la embajada.
Llega la transmisión, señor.
Que sus muchachos sean invisibles. Si el gobierno de Colombia sabe de esta operación no autorizada en su territorio, van a devastar nuestra relación antidrogas.
La CIA nos dio un nombre, Carlos Rivera. Pero creen que las FARC lo compraron. Él dirigió los bombardeos a las fábricas en Bogotá y tiene un ayudante. Su nombre clave, Apotequio.
Nada brilla. Cambio de espectro. Tengo algo.
Como a 10 metros, a la 1 en punto.
Parece que están paranoicos. Estén alerta.
Una magnífica AT-12, hecha en Cuba. Es antigua. Voy a trabajar. Esto servirá. Ya está desactivada. Repito. Está desactivada.
Mantarraya está en el perímetro del objetivo. Parece que perdamos el satélite.
Recupéralo.
Trabajo en ello, señor. Busco otra conexión.
Busque a alguien con otro satélite.
Así es, Tribor.
Somos espectros, muchachos. Somos espíritus en la jungla, ¿entienden? Aquí es. Quiero que me cubran en 5 minutos.
Como digas. El espectro ya está grabando.
Ahora veamos qué encierran en esa caja de galletas. Grábenlo y los regresaré a tiempo para un par de cervezas por mi cuenta. Mantarraya Delta, prepárate. ¿Cómo está el vecindario?
Calles tranquilas, buenas escuelas, sin vecinos molestos. Cambiando a electromagnético. Sin cámaras, sin rayos infrarrojos,
sin sensores de movimiento.
Voy a térmico. Tienen 25 seres allá adentro y muy juntos. Todos los guardias tienen equipos de radiofrecuencia de corto alcance.
Entiendo bien.
Se abrió la puerta.
Alfa, avanza.
Nos vemos junto a la ponchera, amigos.
Mantenga su posición. Enemigo en transporte. Mantarraya
Eco, cuidar retaguardia.
No querrán que los salpiquen.
Traen trajes del ejército colombiano.
Porque están involucrados. Andando.
Tango 9. Veo carne en el asador. Genial para toda una guerra en tu estómago.
Terriblemente sospechoso.
Hay soldados de las FARC en Tango 1. Hay algo muy extraño aquí. ¿Cuántos
detectas?
25 señales caloríficas. Muy juntos.
Revisaré. Esperen un segundo.
Estamos aquí. De la selva. Pero yo no soy uno de esos. ¡Yo no soy de esos! ¡No más muerte!
Creo que tenemos al pez gordo.
Es una conferencia de paz entre las FARC y el ejército de Colombia.
Para nuestro pequeño encuentro. Un encuentro que puede ser muy histórico a nuestro país.
Será un encuentro histórico para nuestro país.
$3,000 colombianos mueren cada año.
Tango 6. Combustible, diésel, como 1.500 galones.
No hay balas, no hay nada.
Aquí el objeto de nosotros tiene que ser obvio. Que estamos todos aquí. El objeto de nosotros es lograr la paz. Y la guerra por la paz. ¡Alto!
Fuentes de calor vienen de la jungla. 20 más, muy armados. Sal inmediatamente de ahí.
¡Volvamos a la base, ya!
¡No tienes para dónde salir! ¡Aseguren el perímetro! ¡Cúbreme!
Peligro a tu derecha. Cuidado de izquierda.
Salida despejada. ¡Aguarden!
¡Catan! ¡Dispárenlos! ¡Granada!
Creo que el americano está aquí.
¡Estén alertas!
Vigilante disparando. Vigilante disparando.
¡Tenemos un vehículo! ¡Hacia la cerca! ¡Protégeme! ¡Me dieron! ¡Cúbranse! ¡Cáspera, ayúdame! ¡Rápido, vámonos! ¡Deprisa! ¡Corra, corra, corra! ¡Súbalo al bote! ¡No respira! ¡Muévase, muévase, deprisa!
¿Dónde están estos idiotas?
Deberían estar aquí y sabían dónde quedarse para no ser detectados. Vigilante, vigilante, responde. Greg, ¿me escuchas? ¿Su último mensaje?
Disparando.
¡Ay, maldición! Un mensaje muy inteligente con esta tormenta.
Si tienen a Greg, sabían que veníamos.
¡Movámonos! ¡Ya!
demonios!
No lo dejaremos.
¡Debemos irnos!
¡Llévenselo! ¡Me aseguran todo este equipo al armamento!
Figura.
¡Gachos, aseguren al prisionero! ¡No tienes para dónde salir! ¡Vámonos!
Maldita trampa, y fuimos a ella directamente.
Sí, lo sé, son inteligentes.
Creo que eran AFEU, Fuerzas Especiales Antiterroristas Urbanas.
Nuestros boinas verdes entrenaron a esos
Algo no
imbéciles.
andaba bien. Debía adivinarlo.
Oye,
Hi guys, good evening. So in this video, I'll be teaching you how to find a car out in Nigeria, to buy a car in Nigeria. One of the easiest way to get to know before you go to buy a car physically in any location, you need to come online and get to know the price range at which it is ranging for. Okay, so what I used to do is I go to gg.ng. Okay, you can see gg.ng, and I click on it and then search for the vehicle. Take for instance, I'm interested in Tacoma. Okay, so in Tacoma now, I need to find vehicles that are ranging. Okay, I need to find the price of Tacoma vehicles. So basically, this is the first thing to do. You come to GG. Okay, when you're on GG, okay, you'll be prompted. You could get this kind of prompts to sign in. You could sign in with your Google, but I don't like signing in with my Google. Why? Because it's going to store in information of myself. Okay, it's going to store in cookies. Like, these are previous history of things I just check out, and this is what you're going to be seeing. Okay, so a client order for a specific kind of car, and I decided to do this to show how I get to know the price of cars, and then before I start going to search for those cars and knowing how to negotiate for them. So now he loves a Ranger kind of vehicles for Rangers. So I'm going to open these on a new tab. Thereby I'm building cookies for the kind of cars that my client loves. Okay, so Tundra is kind of car, and these are not the kind of cars that my clients need. My client need pickup. Okay, so I'm going to search for one class of car, and then I'm going to search for the pickup classes of only those cars. Okay, so I'm going to take you through the entire process on how to find it, how to search for it, how to go through it, and how to find. So my client is on a budget, a specific budget. So I'm going to be working with a specific budget. Okay, so one of the things my clients need is pickup. Okay, that's all he's interested in. And there's this special activities with GG that allow you to, um, in a way, select cars that are within a range. Now, so this is why a lot of persons use GG, and a lot of persons who know love using GG. Okay, network issues around my environment, but then you could see this. Okay, so this is Tacoma. Okay, a white Tacoma is going for 15 million. This is within my client's budget. So and then the tires, it loves this kind of tires, you could see. So the only thing it might probably, if we're able to lay hold on this, might work with the tail lights and the wheels. Okay, so this is the interior. Okay, so he needed something like this that he can go with, and he could drive to his farm. That's his essence of creating this, requesting for it. Something he could go on long distance trip with, off road to his farms, and all those terrains. Okay, so he doesn't need a fancy car for that. Okay, so this is it. I need to refresh because the network is giving us a bit some issues at the moment. We're hoping that it will stabilize so we get to, okay, so we're hoping that it will all stabilize. Network is not very friendly. Okay, so while we're waiting, research. Okay, okay, this is not within his range. This is not what he wants. It's not within his range. He has a budget. So one way you can know the spec of the car, the range, which is within your range. Do you understand? And so you can know if it is within your range and if it is something you can go for. So if you have a client who is interested in vehicles, one way, I'm also going to show you a different way with which you can get it done. Um, you could search for it on Google. That's one way. You could search. There are other auto companies outside GG. There's Auto Check. There's though GG partnered with Car 45, but the other ones. I'm waiting for network to clear out. Okay, so there's this Elux going for 18,000, 18 million, sorry, 2013. So let's see. So my client is not very interested in Elux. Okay. He needs something that doesn't drive so much attention to himself, but is rugged enough. So Elux tends to drive attention, especially in areas where the farms are. People tend to think it's a politician, and you know all of that. So to avoid all of those things getting endangered and all of that, okay. So he also told me he could be interested in vehicles like this, Forerunner. So I'm also checking that for him to ensure that he could get something valuable. Okay, are you with me? So I'm also checking out that for him to be sure he can get something valuable. Although presently we don't have network issues. Okay, so these are clear up. Get to look at this car, look at the spec. The grill is great. Okay, this is a double cab Tundra. It's a bulletproof. Okay, so let's get to see the aesthetics of it. At the specs, so we see air condition, alloy wheel, CarPlay, cup holder, electric window, leader seat, parking assist, steps, okay, side steps, traction control, parking sensor, electric mirror. Okay, it's 2024 model. It's a Pro Max 5x5 bed. It's not a long tail, but then it's also good. Okay, so I'm just waiting for network to clear out so we get to search some more. So this is it. I love the mold, but it's far beyond my client's budget. This is 155. So in case you have someone who's interested in getting wheels like this, well, yeah, to guide you. You see those extra suspension? You see this extra suspension? You see? So let's check. Okay, this one is good. It's far above his budget. Let's see. It's a 2018 model. It's far above his budget, but he loves things like this. He loves things like that for ranger purposes. Okay, so this is above his budget. This is also above his budget. Let's go for this though. Let's go for this. Keep checking. Keep checking. I also have another client who asks for a certain type of vehicle, and I'll be doing that in the next video. I'm going to be searching for that vehicle. He loves trucks. He wants to use it for business. So he's always saying instead of investing about 50 million in getting a particular car for himself, he wants to invest that in getting a truck for his business. and he hopes that by the end of the year he's able to recover that back as profits, the 50 million as profits before he could buy a personal car. So he was asking me what kind of tool can I invest in. And I'll be doing that in the next video. For some of you who are asking those kind of questions, what kind of tool can you invest in for that kind of profit? Okay, there are dump trucks that can give you within that range within a year. Yes, very true. Okay, so I'm still searching. Okay, now I wouldn't recommend investing in buses except you're hiring it, leasing out to a company, but then you may not see 100% return on investment in 1 year. But then for a truck, a dump truck, um, especially if you have the capacity, the capital to buy the hard cores, I mean the stones, the stone base, and be transporting them to sell by yourself. Okay, so when you buy stones, you go to Dukbani, you go to Akampa in Cross River State, or you go to Ogun State and other places like that to buy, and then you'll be sure, you'll be very sure, very sure of something like that. Okay, okay. So let me refresh this. Hopefully, network will be okay. Okay, so that being said, okay, so this is the e-logs. Trying to check it out for the clients to see. Okay. You could see this. We have network issues around here, and I don't intend to. So that's how to find a car that you need using GG. Now, I'm not paid to promote this. Please, this is a disclaimer. I'm not paid to promote this. I'm just teaching you how I do to do my finding, my research before I proceed to recommend things to my clients and have my clients get the things they need. Okay, so in case you have clients who are interested in certain things like that, you could also check on this way. There are so many other ways you could research. So in the comment box, let me know other ways you use in finding or researching to find products. Okay, so you could check and see this, and you could learn from this and so many other things. Okay, so I believe you've gotten value, you've learned how to do some things on your own without having to pay anybody to do this for you. You've learned now, can get it done on your own. Okay, in the next video, I'm going to be working on another for our 4. This is for Forerunner. Okay, how to buy Forerunner in Nigeria. Okay, how to buy a Forerunner, Toyota Forerunner in Nigeria. So I'm going to be doing that for trucks and hopefully to share with you guys. Cheers, guys. Okay, guys, good morning. Welcome back. So in this video, I'm going to be teaching you how to find a Volkswagen bus in case you're into farming and you're looking for a vehicle that could, at a low budget, that you could use for your farming activities. So this is a quick one. This is it. So I like going to GG, like I said, or to any other vehicle company. You could check auto check. Okay. Now, please, as a disclaimer, I'm not advertising this. Okay. I'm not advertising these companies. I'm just teaching you how I do my review. Okay. So find best used cars. There are a lot of other companies you could search for. Okay. So, but then in this one, I'm just trying to show you how I do it. Okay. So for this one, I'm looking at Volkswagen. A lot of persons love it because it's economically, it has economic use, that it's cheap, cost effective. You don't need to spend much money to get it done, to fix it. Its parts are easily available. You could easily see their parts and they are durable. So let's just look at this one that is going for 6 million. Now, though a lot of persons are looking for long charges, you could also go for long charges in case you need to carry long um everything, okay, and you need more space. Okay, so this is a long chassis. um let me check. Some of them are short charges, but then let's just go through this one and see. Okay, now it's not a long charges like I thought. This is not a long charges. Now, the difference between a short charges and a long charges is that it has an extension behind. Okay, So always click on the more to find. Click on the more to find. That's not the long charges. Now, most of these can be long charges. Let's try that. That's still a short charges. So there's a limited number of things it can carry. Okay. So let's look for long charges. Are you with me? So let's go look for long charges. Okay. So this particular video is about Volkswagen, and I'm just taking you through how you could find one. You could see one, so you could check their prices out. Now this is around 6. So if you notice that most of their range is between 6 to 12 million, 6 to 12 million, 6 to 12 million. That's the rate at which they're selling for or they're going for. Okay, so that's a good rate. Okay, now this one is about 18 million. Okay, so let's see. Let's just get to look at them. This one is a long charges. Have you seen? This is a very long charges. Now remember I said a long charges has an extension behind. So this one can accommodate much. Okay. This one can accommodate more. So example of that one again, I'm going to show you another one that's like it. I just saw one like that. It's like it. Now long charges often tends to have an extension on the top. So that's a clue for you. Okay, this is it. But sometimes there are short charges that have that extension too. So this should be long charges. Let's see. This is a short one. Let's see. So we're not basically advertising this site, please. That's a disclaimer. I'm not paid to do that. I don't intend to advertise anything. Okay, please. This is not a promotional content. I'm just teaching you how to find it. Okay. Okay, so that's that. That's how to find Volkswagen. Okay, so I'm going to be creating another video for another product, another brand. So cheers, guys. Okay, guys, welcome back. So I decided to do this quick review on this very clean vehicle. It's a Mercedes-Benz Sprinter, though an old one, a 2014 model, but then it's in good condition and it's going for 20 million. Okay, so I believe for people who are looking for vehicles for their farms, this is a good one for you. Okay, so let's look at the specification for the vehicle. Make is 2024 model. It's a foreign. It's Sprinter. It's a make Mercedes-Benz. Then the year is 2024. Condition is just foreign use. Okay, no fault. Original part painted. It's manual. Now it uses diesel engine. That's a plus, guys. Very economical, because once you have a diesel engine, you know you have something that has good tones, good torque, that strength, quality strength. Okay. Okay, so fuel, and then going to registered, but it's easy. You could get it registered in Nigeria. Okay. So I just decided to show you this case you're looking for a vehicle that you know will stand the test. So look at this. Look at the statistics. It's a clean body, very clean. And so for those who do goods that want their farm to stand out and they want to have a unique vehicle for their farms and their businesses, this is one vehicle to look out for. Okay, guys. So just look at this to see how clean the body is. Apart from this could be put to shape, and it has this nice feel. The glasses are safe, nothing. The mirrors are white, it's long charges. You know you have got value there, okay? So you know you've got value there. So let's look out for another one. But then I was just trying to make this a quick video, and I don't want it to be too long, and I don't also want it to be too short. Okay, so at least so you could learn. It's 7 o'clock and it's time for business. So this is it. This is it. I'm creating some of this content so you could get to see, get to review it, get to know that those are valuable things. Okay. This mirror seems to be broken here, but then that's nothing. That's nothing. Look at how clean it is, and it's a manual shift. A manual shift. Sedan brake. Wow. This is luxury in the farm. This is luxury in the farm. And the cost of maintaining it will not be as much. It's very costly. Okay. It's a diesel engine, so you already know you've got heavy duty for this. Now, a lot of persons will spend this amount on vehicles that are not going to generate money for them. But then I believe while you're watching this, you're that person who wants to spend money on something who can generate money for you. Okay. And then if you're looking for that thing, you can invest that money for it to generate money for you. This is it. This is it. Certainly you can implant a camera here. Okay. That's how it's done. You could see it's a clean body. So what's it again? So you just come check those details out. This is how to search for it. Okay. Search for, let me show you the name so you get to search for it. Mercedes-Benz 2024 gray. Just type that on the search bar and it will drive you to where you can find it. Okay. So I'm going to be looking out for more. Okay, I'm going to do another review on another vehicle to try to check a spec and all of that. So I believe you got value. Cheers, guys. Okay, I believe you got value. I trust you got value. Okay, so you can always check other vehicles, but at this point I